So this is the last step performed by technical test analyst, that is risk mitigation. So let's try to understand what is the meaning of risk mitigation. The process through which decisions are reached and protective measures are implemented. So we have to make decisions and then we have to take a protective measures. Why? For reducing or maintaining risk to a specified level. So we cannot say that our product is of zero risk. So there will be risk, but we have to maintain the risk to the specified level. We have to reduce it. So this is the task of a risk mitigation stage, to reduce or maintain risk to the specified level. So there are two ways by which we can do it. One is by reducing the risk itself, and second one is by evaluating the risk. So by evaluating the risk, once we know what is the risk, then we can take certain measures. And in the starting we will have certain process so that we will reduce risk in that way. So let's start with the first topic, that is reducing risk. So there are only 2 points, and the first point is by executing the most important test first. So this way we are reducing the risk. So first we will identify which all tests are very important from the customer point of view or from the safety point of view, and we will first execute those test cases, and if they pass, then we will see that we have achieved the good level. And the second point is following appropriate mitigation and contingency activities as stated in the test strategy and test plan. So test strategy and test plan is developed by test manager. So our responsibility is to follow that plan, and by following that plan we will reduce the risk. So these are the 2 points with respect to reducing risk: by executing the most important test first, then following appropriate mitigation and contingency activities as stated in the test strategy and test plan. Now moving to the second technique, that is evaluating the risk. So as we have seen in the starting, these all 3 steps are not a single time steps. So they have to be repeated. So with respect to that is the first point. Additional information gathered as the project unfolds. So as we start working on the project, we have to gather additional information from the field, and then we have to evaluate the risk again. And if we see that the risk is there, then we have to again develop a plan and strategy for it. So this is the first point, additional information gathering as the project unfolds. The second point is using that information to implement mitigation action. So first we have to gather the information, then we have to use that information to implement the mitigation plan. And why we are doing it? What is the aim of doing all these things? To decrease the likelihood or impact of the risk previously identified and analyzed. So you remember, in the risk identification stage, we said that we have to identify the risk and the level of risk also. So now when you are in the mitigation plan, you have to see that that likelihood and impact of the risk is reduced. So this is the whole focus of this particular activity. So that is it from this particular topic, and I will see you with the next topic. Until then, happy testing.